This is Camille Rankin reading Ways to Disappear. In the dark, down a stairwell, through the doorway, gone west, with a new wish, in daylight, down the sidewalk, in a wool coat, in a white dress, without a name, without asking, on your knees, on your stomach, gone silent, in the back seat, in the courtroom, in a cage, in the desert, in the park, gone swimming, on the shortest night, at the bottom of the lake, in pieces, in pictures, without meaning, without a face, seeking refuge, in a new land, gone still, in the heart, with your head bowed, in deference, in sickness, in surrender, with your hands up, on the sidewalk, in the daylight, in the dark. About this poem. There are so many ways a person can become not a person in someone else's eyes. They can be erased through violence of gaze or word or action, by the individual, by the media, by the state, so that their humanity dissolves into nothing in the other's view, and they vanish, in plain sight and not there at all.
Well, I'm lucky for my fingers, a lucky bed to sleep, a lucky thoughts to linger, lucky as I leave. Sometimes I turn my mind to days before we broke in two. But I'm lucky, so lucky for the times I spent with you. Hello and welcome to the Lo-Fi Lounge.
Blood Moon, filthy capitalist self-promotion. Oh,
I'm used to this part.
Yeah.
For every one of your shows.
Going live in 10 minutes.
Hello, John. And I'm so glad that we got to get together to help promote your album, because it's so it does all the things you do well, even a little better.
Outside, all the world is standing by, or so the voices say. Inside, as the truth is still denied, we live another day.
Lost on the Inside.
Lost on the Inside. The pandemic had just come down upon us all as a species, as humans. Cracker had just done a couple of shows in Alaska, and then the breaks came down and all shows were canceled. Everything was up in the air, and we all went home. There was a pandemic. There was a deadly virus out there. I went home, and one of the first things I did was to come up with that riff. And I made sure I got it down before I forgot the riff. And then I thought, well, I'll write a song around it someday, maybe in a year or a month or whatever. The very next day, the lyrics started coming to me, Lost on the Inside, because suddenly we're all in quarantine. Suddenly we're all taken out of our social environment, our work environment, and we have to divide up and go into our homes and protect ourselves from this deadly virus. If you were smart, or you went out there and got it and died saying, I'm not going to have my rights infringed upon it. And then you pass away from this horrible virus. And all these things were going on. And then that title came to me, Lost on the Inside. We're all forced to be inside now, but we really don't know what to do. So we're all lost on the inside, which also relates. You can take that any way you want to, of people lost on the inside, metaphorically. Lost on the inside, your soul's not sorted out yet, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, but it just inspired me to write from a place of, well, I can't go out. I can't go hang out and watch a band play at my favorite bar in Fort Collins. We're not going to tour. Everything is shut down. We're all lost on the inside, and the song just happened in half an hour. Just got it down quickly.
Yeah, perfect.
And it ended up got a little more psychedelic, and that was just where I was at the time. And later, it was much later decided, Philip was pretty insistent about it, that I think it's a good opener for the album because it speaks to the times that we're in, and it's got one of those Hickman riffs.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Does.
Then the next song being
The Other Side.
The Other Side. I just hope that people listen to this song and understand the tenderness and the closeness of friendship. And it's always overwhelming when we lose a family member or a loved one or a child or a parent or whomever we lose. But occasionally you have a friend that is very, very special to you and you lose them. And I wanted to capture the essence of that, because if you got a family member or a spouse or a child or a parent, I mean, that's in your close physical family. When you have a friend that you talk to, say once a month or once a week, and then you find out that they're going to die, they're going to cross over and die, it's a different kind of relationship. Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to talk to Tony, my dear friend Tony, brilliant music journalist and a musician, all the way up to the very point where it was days, I talked to him days before he crossed over to that other side. Yeah. And I felt it was like a beautiful diamond that I was allowed in this life to actually be able to say and know that our last phone conversation was me saying, yeah, we probably won't talk again, and this is it. And both of us acknowledging that, and both of us tearfully saying, yeah. And I told him that. I said, I'll see you on the other side, whatever that is. And then there came the song. And yeah.
Heard the news about you, my friend. Your melodies come to an end. Feels like you flew off too soon. We don't get to write that tune. There were more songs yet to play when this thing came to take you away.
Thanks for sharing that. That's a powerful statement.
Never play with me. Bang along the garden gave me.
yeah, I think, how old were we when we met and started making music together? I think I was 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very long time ago.
One, two, three, four.
We started learning from each other and from Bob Jarvistad and other friends of ours right from the get-go, and creating who we are as artists. And they have all these influences, but we kind of started writing our own page pretty early on.
Oh yeah.
And I'm very proud of that fact. I go back and listen to those songs that we wrote together all the way through to now. And on this record, there is a Chris LeRoy song and a Johnny and Chris song, and the rest are Johnny songs. And so here we are. The longest song on the album.
Number 10, Monster.
Number 10, Monster. Monster was birthed from a demo. Well, it was beyond a demo. It was basically a complete song. Sometimes it's a matter of like, no, it's a complete structure, and it just needs the right sounds, or it needs one more lyric line or something, and we complete each other's songs that way. And it's a real joy to do with Chris and I, as with Mr. Lowry and I. Sometimes we complete a blueprint that was set down by the other guy. And in this case, it was one of several songs of Chris's that I'd heard that I kind of went, huh, I can see the monster in my soul, which was powerful right there. And somewhere in Chris's chord structure, which I added to and changed and morphed throughout my version of the song, but it was just, I heard, into my mind, I heard a guitar epic in the middle of that, along the lines of Harvest Queen and these other songs, or another song about the rain, these songs we've written together, which become a canvas for my guitar playing. And there weren't, there are guitar solos all through Blood Moon. I kind of heard the possibilities of it becoming one of our guitar epic co-writes. And, Cracker has those songs. They say Cajitan, where these songs where David's got an initial idea and I just launch it into outer space into this big guitar thing. And I'm kind of known, thank you people, as a guitar player. I've heard I've been an influential guitar player, which leads me to all the guitar players who have influenced me, who I bring full circle into these songs. Peter Green was the influence of the guitar parts on Harvest Queen, which
Absolutely.
we wrote. Peter Green era, Fleetwood Mac, and these guitar players that are Jimi Hendrix, or, I have these teachers who have led me, Jeff Beck, who have led me down these paths. And then we get to Monster, and my initial version of the song was yet again like 8 minutes long or something. So I had to pare it down. And I had Carlton Owens and Brian Howard. I sent my rough draft of the song to those guys to see where they would take it, as Cracker's very, very powerful rhythm section. And they took it to a very heavy, but very dynamic place musically. And I kind of went with their lead on that. And I took it even farther, where on the record, the song starts in a very delicate, I'm playing two acoustic guitars with different tunings to get this. I wanted to get this sort of mid-period Stones, Keith Richards thing of the guitar, like a beginning of like Wild Horses, or one of these songs that at their core is an acoustic guitar song.
Yeah.
But, and the picking and very lacy and very pretty. But I wanted to take Monster, start that way, and then it starts that way and it goes to a verse, and then bam, for some reason, Brian and Carlton decided that this is where the foot is planted. Kaboom, boom, and then they bring it to rock. It's like Layla, or one of these songs that delicate side, and then it gets gigantic, or Stairway to Heaven, or any number of Zeppelin songs, or songs that incorporate this beautiful, I call it the feminine side of the song, which gets very masculine. It gets very heavy at some point, but never loses its feminine side of the beauty, of the delicacy of the lyric and the song. So I wanted to create a song that would do this, as we've done with another song about the rain, or I've done with St. Cajitan, some of the Cracker songs, or One Fine Day, where it becomes a guitar epic. And and it's a very freeing thing, because I know at some point in the song I'm going to launch into guitar world. And so Monster became this song of many chapters. It's a long story that keeps turning back on that chorus, which is very, very powerful. Thank you, Chris. Trevor, our English friend, got it immediately. He called it, what does he call it? The guitar epic Monster finds Hickman rejoining with his songwriting partner, Chris LeRoy. And their songwriting partnership is what made Palm Hinge this great debut solo album with with Lucky and with Harvest Queen. And he immediately got that there was a power in our songwriting.
Yeah.
Did you have a prayer for me to bring along the garden gate with me? Did you really cry for me? When I look inside of me, I see, yeah, I can see the monster in my soul. Yeah, I can see the monster in my soul. There's no turning back now. It's out of our control.
And it gets to this huge place. I listen to it now and I go, wow, I really went out there, man.
Yeah, no, it is. It's such a powerful ending to a very powerful album. I mean, it has all these pathways, but they seem to be held together. As I shared with you earlier, says that in this song, it seems to kind of even pull the album forward, and it's like a nebula, exploding, this big giant thing. But
Good
then
way to
it ends
put it.
on some very simple, quiet chords that take you out.
Yeah.
Finishes the thought. And, like I wrote to you, 3 hours ago, maybe, I said, you should be very proud of Blood Moon because I am.
I think I got what I was going for here.
Yeah, it's too
this in the place across the street from Stern's Liquor?
No, I was
the
there.
Bunker?
No, I was there. Yeah, I was there a few times, but I never practiced there. I know that was that's not there anymore either. It's a taco stand now. but-
So depressing.
I know that was Stern's Liquor's not there anymore.
Oh,
So,
I'll tell you, all the great landmarks.
the rock and roll landmarks. Yeah. To start, nobody thinks too deep about it. I think I've told you before. My first few songs, I basically rewrote the first Ramones album. Basically, and just put different words to it or something.
Yeah.
But there was that you and Bob Jarvistad and John Hickman. There was sort of a standard of songwriting that, was more than I Hate Mom and and Yell and Scream a Lot. That even though that was part of it too. But I remember thinking, boy, I gotta sort of write songs, to keep up with these guys.
Yeah.
Here's a song that you put together for Bob and here we go. You'll see. Well, I'm lucky for my fingers, a lucky bed to sleep. Lucky thoughts that linger. Sometimes I turn my mind to day before we broke into. But I'm lucky, so lucky for the time I spent with you.
don't control our fate. Yeah, but me, I don't believe that stuff. No, I believe you make your life. Sometimes I turn my mind today before we broke into. But I'm lucky, so lucky for the time I spent with you. What more could I ask for? What more could I do? What more could I ask for? Oh, so much to you. But I'm lucky I'm still dreaming. Lucky to have cried. Yeah, even lucky for the bad luck. Just lucky to have tried. Sometimes I turn my mind